I'm Andy Slater, the Technology Practice Director for Cloud at Node 4. I'm going to take a few minutes to just talk about some of the customer challenges we've seen managing in a hybrid cloud model and how we've developed our service to address those challenges and what benefits it can give you. The main intent for customers in terms of this service is for customers on that journey to Azure, which is a big group of people wanting to get that cloud goodness in terms of moving to Azure. The problem is that we've found is that not all workloads fit a public cloud environment. Typically, most customers engage and want to try and drive everything to the public cloud, and then maybe 1-2 years in, you realise there's some real use cases that might not fit it. So I'm going to talk a bit about those different things that we've been seeing, and then I'll explain really how our service meets those challenges. The first thing is really, when you're on a modernisation journey, it takes a long time, especially if you've got a lot of workloads. So we're looking at 3 to 5 years of this conveyor belt. Customers are no longer picking all their VMs up and just dropping them into Azure. It's trying more around modernising it. So how can we move to PaaS services? How can we get more cloud native models? And that generally takes more time. So while that's happening, you're still sat with a lot of stuff in a data center that you're getting, different operating models straight from the off. The other thing that we've noticed is that customers go into the public cloud and they architect for all the great stuff, using the services, the availability zones, the regions, and that's great on paper. But what we're seeing happen a lot is that public cloud are having more global service outages. Just think about DNS, AD. Even we've seen issues with people struggling to launch VMs because certain repositories have gone offline. So there's real challenges there. But also from a business continuity perspective, there's always that auditor or that risk on the register where everything's with one provider. So we see a real need from customers to have the operator diversity. Third is really around performance. Now we've got customers, and I'm sure lots of people are the same, where they've got workloads in their environment that are just wrapped in cotton wool. It could be a database where no one's ever looked at a query or optimized it and everyone's thrown resources at it. If you pick that up and move it onto the public cloud, it's difficult to break down and is very expensive. And if you do get a performance problem, you don't get the insight into what the challenges are around the network, the CPU and stuff. So I think there's a real reason that people aren't moving some of those more problematic performance intensive workloads over. Another area is networking. People have got their own IP ranges. People have maybe got a lot of investment in perimeter firewalling or security, validated environments that they're not quite ready to recreate in the public cloud. So putting something behind that existing network is really, really useful. Regulation and governance is also an important thing to think about for some companies. There are real valid reasons why people need equipment that they own in a certain location, with certain access rights. And then the final real problem that we see with customers is that cost control, whereby everything's gone into the public cloud. It's a consumption-based platform. If you've got standard workloads that are VMs and you've not been able to modernize them, or things are just feeling a little bit out of control because you forecast it 2 years ago and now consumption's a lot higher, using a hybrid solution where you've got more fixed, understood, solid costs really helps with that optimization process. There are some of the challenges we see customers having with a hybrid model, and really valid reasons why customers would want to run in a hybrid estate. Most customers can't get 100% of things to the public cloud. So if we accept that hybrid is going to be there, at least while the transformation project's going on, the problem that creates is that you've got this huge gap in terms of skills, operational processes. How do you monitor? How do you manage security when you've got all this stuff in Azure and then you've got everything else in VMware or physical servers? You've got this problem that's created by this difference, this kind of at least dual operating model, which is a real big headache and a risk and complex to manage day to day. What we've done is take those problems and really try and develop a solution, and we've done that with Microsoft, Intel and Lenovo, that meets these challenges and gives the best of both worlds of a real true hybrid estate. What we do is try and help customers with that modernisation process to Azure. So if we can get 80% of workloads into Azure, that's great. For that 20% of workloads left behind, we've got a hybrid solution that brings that Azure technology and experience back into the data center. What does that mean? It means you've got your own Azure region in our data center that's connected and integrated with Azure. Therefore, you can take maybe a VM or a legacy workload, pick that up, put it on the hybrid platform. It's tuned for performance, it's in the network, it's designed to be secure and compliant, but you also get all the modern operational tooling on top of the systems as well. So you can use Azure Backup, Azure Monitor, Sentinel, all that great stuff. So you've got a consistent operating model and you can manage it through the Azure Management Portal. So from a skill perspective, if a team learn Azure and a team are capable with Azure, you've got one model that just makes sense rather than having to manage multiple cloud platforms. So hopefully that goes some way to explaining why our service really meets those challenges, those real challenges in the market of maintaining a hybrid model. If it's of interest, why not give us a call and just make an inquiry today.